Hi y'all, today is the 7th of February. Today is Sunday. Hope you guys are doing well. Oh, let me change the lighting. Hold on. Alright, that's better. That's too dark. Hold on. Let's do that. It's gloomy out. So I'm headed to Kohl's right now. I was supposed to be there at 7 o'clock, but the manager called, one of the managers last night called me and said, hey, do you mind coming in an hour later? So at 8 o'clock, I'm like, you ain't gotta ask me twice, because I didn't know how the snow was going to be. Obviously there's no snow on the ground right now, but it is kind of like sleeting right now as I walk out the house. It's like little ice coming down. I don't think it's gonna stick, but you just never know. But yeah, I'm only working from 8 to 12. You guys know, hey, the less hours I gotta work, the better. It's just the fact that I'm getting up and active, right? So I'm always thankful for that. And you guys, oh, my mood, whew, wow, my mood has been in the gutter. I called out Friday and Saturday from my full-time job. I'm kind of like, in one way I'm like, Candace, are you serious? Like, you're gonna start that in the new year? But you know what, y'all? First and foremost, we already know that I deal with seasonal depression, and so far it has been good, but I knew it was gonna kick in sooner or later. I knew it. So that's one thing. And on top of that, February 7th and the 9th, because me and my husband, we were like, I always took our first meeting, like face-to-face meeting with each other, like back on February 7th, and he was like, nah, it's February 9th when we actually, you know, started talking. And I'm like, whatever. So those dates are, well, the first day is here, and I think I've been thinking about that, like, emotionally, I don't know where my emotions are. I think I try to tell myself a lie constantly about why I'm feeling a certain way. And so hopefully, you know, these are things I could talk with my psychologist about, and, you know, work through these emotions. Also about my not my attachment with money, but my sadness with money is even more worse. Like I've told you before, when I was younger, I used to get sad to have money, because it's like, who do you have to share it with, you know? And then I had my husband to share it with, and now he's gone, so that just makes it more emotional for me. So yeah, you know, my relationship with money, I feel like that's something else I want to discuss with you. I don't know if I feel like I have a healthy relationship with money. I really do. But at the same time, like, I do feel like I am an emotional spender. Just like I'm an emotional eater, I feel like I'm an emotional spender. Let me tell y'all something. All right, James talked me out of a big purchase. Now for y'all may not think it's a big purchase when you're thinking like, oh, Candace, you got money. Let me tell y'all something. Just because you got money don't mean you gotta spend it. And I ain't that type of person, right? To be like, oh, I got $300, I'm gonna spend $200 of it. No. If I got $300, I'm like, it's even harder to spend $10. You know, I mean, you work for that $300 just to let it go. You know, that's how I feel about money. And sometimes I feel like I'm not gonna say don't do enough for myself. I feel like the thing is, I know I have everything that I need, okay? I'm not a big person on wants. Like, I really have to want something. So anyways, I've been in my mood, right? Okay, I'm jealous. For real jealous, right? I'm like, my baby got an Apple phone. My baby invested in himself. He got an Apple Watch. Girl, now you watching all these videos, right? Now, I have wanted a tablet for a minute. For myself, I have. But I keep talking myself out of it. I'm like, girl, you don't need no tablet. Like, okay, I got a tablet that I had from 7 years ago. Now, I haven't turned that thing on in forever. It's a Samsung Samsung Galaxy like Tab 7. It's a tiny little thing, but I mean that thing is super slow, right? I haven't turned it on recently in like almost probably like a year. So I'm like, you know, watching all these videos. Everybody got like Apple. My baby got Apple watches, Apple phone. I'm like, ooh, Candace, get an Apple tablet. Be bougie. So I have Xfinity Mobile, right? I have Xfinity Mobile. And I'm like, you know, I go on there, you know, looking at like the newer phones that they come out with now. I pay month to month with my phones, okay? Yeah, I can pay for it outright, but you know what? Why not pay for it month to month? It's interest free. You have to have service. You're not going anywhere else for your actual service. Like with Xfinity Mobile, which is through Comcast, if me and Jamez, like we're home basically, right? So we just use Wi-Fi. Now, if you use if you start using data, it's $12 per gigabyte, which is not bad. Me and Jamez usually stay at within that 1 gigabyte. Sometimes we do go over if I'm using my phone and I'm out a lot. Sometimes we may get up to like over that 1 gigabyte. So now we have to pay an additional $12, you know. So our phone bill, I feel like, is very low. I feel like it's very low. And I've recently, you know, I always go on there seeing what deals they got. Because I'm like, I can open up another line and get myself something. You know, if I wanted something else, I can open up another line on my account. Here I was scrolling through. I was like, you know what? Let me look at the tablets. Now, the only tablets they have is Apple, right? And I'm like, ooh, this one, certain one caught my eye. It was iPad 8th generation. So it's like a bigger screen, and I'm like, cool. Guess what, y'all? It's kind of like on sale for only oh my goodness, what is it? I think it's like $7 per month for 24 months. Okay, good deal, right? Awesome deal. And I'm like, Jamez, I'm thinking about getting an iPad Pro. He's like, Mom, really? I'm like, for real? He said, how much is it? You know, I told him, I was like, oh, it's only this amount per month. He's like, now y'all know Jamez is different from me. He'd rather pay for things outright. He'd rather own it. He don't want to keep making payments on nothing. Now that's as a 14-year-old, right? Now I'm kind of like that too, but I'm like, this is interest free. This is something that I'm gonna have this bill regardless, you know. So it doesn't matter if I have to pay it on it monthly. It doesn't matter to me. That's how I view it. So anyways, I was like, well, Jamez, you know what? With Xfinity, for this particular, well, for the tablets, you have to pay an extra $10 a month. An extra $10 a month to have the tablet, right? To have service on the tablet. Well, not to have service on the tablet, but to have the tablet have access to, not to the Wi-Fi, but just to have, anytime you get a tablet from Comcast, you have to pay an extra $10 a month. So you figure, okay, now you're looking at, what is that? It was going to be what? $7 times 12. Y'all do the math, right? Y'all do the math. But now you add, I was like, oh, that's only like, what, $100 and something dollars, close to like 200, I forgot. But then I'm like, oh, wow, now you got to add up the $10 per month for at least the 24 months, because at that point, you're still paying on this, and even if you pay for it outright, you still have to pay for that service for at least the 12, I think the full 12 months. I don't know how it goes after that, but I just know, like, thinking about it, doing the calculation, I'm like, man, that's an extra $240 right there. And see, and Jamez was like, yeah, if you add that up plus that, you might as well just buy it outright from somewhere else. And I'm like, you are so smart. You are so smart, but you talked me out of it. Like, he's like, why do you even need it anyways? I'm like, I don't know. I just want to do something for myself. I mean, like, dang. Will I get a tablet? I don't know. Like, I have no need for it at all. Obviously, you guys know I have a Samsung A51 phone, and I feel like I do wonderful on it, you know. I don't do much for editing. I'm starting to do a little bit, dabble here and there. And I'm just like wanting to not switch things up on my channel. I don't want to switch anything up. I just want to be creative. I feel like I am a creative person, but I don't, the things that, you guys know I don't think highly of myself. And I always get kind of like emotional when I think of this, because my family, my friends, you guys all tell me like, Candace, you are amazing. Like, you do so many things. Like, y'all think highly of me. Everybody else thinks highly of me besides myself. Like, I feel like everything I do is mediocre, you know. And I didn't always feel this way. I used to think highly of myself, but probably with dealing with my husband and so forth, when I was with my husband, I used to still think highly of myself. But I think, I don't know, ever since as I get older, I just feel like it is what it is. Like, this is me. This is me. I don't do anything extra to be me, you know. But like, I know I have a lot to offer, but I don't feel like what I say and what I do makes any sense at all. And that's, I know it's like my depression, you know. But besides that, y'all, I'm just like, Candace, you have so much stuff to offer, you know. That's why I come out here, I turn on the camera, and I just talk. Because, you know what, I'm like, Candace, you may not feel like whatever you got to say means anything, but somebody else, it means something to somebody else, you know. How we get off topic, I don't know, y'all. But yeah, he talked me out of my big purchase of my iPad. Oh, James, I still feel like I want to get one. I'm gonna have to update you guys on some things, y'all. Some things. Like, I told myself I want February to be awesome. I didn't want to call out of work. But I was like, at the same time, Candace, you know what? Use those Friday and Saturday to get your mind together, your emotions together, and relax. Even though I'm not celebrating like our anniversary, like our first date and our first time meeting, it was nice to just have that day to myself and I just want to start off the week right. And you know what, I'm like, Candace, you deserve that. You deserve it. Like, Candace, stop acting like, oh, you need to hoard your vacation days. I really feel like I need to hoard it because my mood is just unpredictable. But besides that, y'all, I'm like, Candace, you're doing awesome. You're gonna bounce back. February is still gonna be an awesome month for you, emotionally, financially. I don't care about financial, y'all. Emotional is my top priority, always my top priority. And yeah, yesterday I did get out the house. I didn't shower for like two days, 3 days. Do not judge me. Do not judge me. No, I worked Friday, so yeah, it was like 2 days. I'm like, I don't want to take a shower. So yesterday I was just like, nope, sorry, it was just 1 day. I was like, Candace, I was like, I made some mental notes of what I wanted to do, okay? And I didn't get out the house, take my shower until like 4:30ish in the afternoon, evening time, right? But you know what? I got out the house. I was like, you know what? I want to be proud of myself. I want my son to be proud of me. Yes, I'm in a crappy mood, very crappy mood. But I'm like, Candace, come on. I ended up leaving the house, you know, taking a shower, getting my mind right. I was like, first and foremost, I want to get gas in the car. I got gas in the car. After that, what else did I want to do? I wanted to go to GameStop, return my son's headphones for his gaming Xbox because he didn't want that. I ended up getting him one off of Amazon for half the price, and it's better and it works and he loves it. So I wanted to return the other one. Like, we kept putting it off, and he slept. Like, his sleeping schedule is off track right now. So I was like, okay, let's get that done. And then I wanted to go to Publix to do a little bit of couponing. I didn't film it or anything like that. So I did that. And then I went home, and I felt so good, so good. And I know today I have to work at Kohl's, and then later tonight I'm going to be working at Amazon. And I'm like, Candace, come on, y'all. You can do this. You can do this. But yeah, this is my whole little spiel. This is Financial February, and James talked me out of a big purchase, y'all. Kind of wanting to do a little bit financial spending, but I'm trying to be better. And let me know how y'all are with feeling emotions. Like, I feel like when I think of my husband, I get really down thinking of him. I feel like I want to spend, because if he was here, we would be spending money like crazy, right? And I think that's where my emotional spending comes from, because I never was like that before until after he passed. Because even when I was emotional, I just was like, I'm going to hoard my money even more. And now it's just like, when I get emotional about him, it's more like I want to spend. Like, that's a way of me, because he was a spender, you know. But yeah, it's funny how emotions work. Let me get in here before I'm considered late. She's in here already, so I don't know what time she got here, but they told me to come in at 8 o'clock because they didn't know how the snow was going to be, and there's no snow out. I'm like, I ain't switching up. You told me to come in at 8 o'clock, so that's what I'm doing. All right, y'all. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.